Yes, sir.
What up, motherfuckers? What up? What up? What up? This is the motherfucking sports show hosted by myself, Mr. Headquarters. To my left, EJ, the motherfucking DJ.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know what it is. Repping the 985 by way of the 225. Over to my left, man. Y'all already know who it is. It's the boss man behind the bosses, aka Mr. Headquarters, aka B Me Man, aka Mr. Bumbaclot himself. What up, boy?
Bumbaclot. Hey, man. April 19th. It's 420 Eve. The Pelicans is in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's a good day, man. I ain't tripping. You know, the Pelicans are playing right now.
You got every right to celebrate. You got every right to celebrate.
It's a good time, you know?
You got every right to celebrate.
Ain't nothing to stress about, bro. Ain't nothing to stress out.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
Right now, we got the NBA playoffs kicking off right now. Welcome to the show, first and foremost, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all check us out on Instagram. Check out our website, themotherfuckingpod.com. Make sure y'all come check us out on TikTok. Make sure y'all check out the show. Look, man, like we said before, it's a great time right now. The Pelicans in the playoffs. They're the number 8 seed. They're playing the Phoenix Suns right now. They are currently in the third quarter right now.
They're currently in the lead, too, 69-67. Pelicans took the lead.
Yeah, I see that. Man, look, it's a good time. NFL draft is coming up real soon, later on in the month. A lot of things. We've been on a break. We've been on a little bit of a break for the springtime. So, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back to us. We back in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking podcast. Make sure y'all get the gear. We got the hats on deck. As you can see, I got the NOLA edition, the black, white, and gold. EJ got the black and red on. He got the motherfucking dog tags, the motherfucking shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get the motherfucking mask. You know what I'm saying? Get the motherfucking hoodie. So make sure y'all support the crew, man. It only costs $1 for our Patreon account. So make sure y'all hook us up and support the show.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, the Pelicans, let's kind of recap how we got here. You know what I'm saying? How we got to the playoffs. So
how did we get here?
The Pelicans were the number 9 seed going into the end of the regular season for the NBA, right?
Yep.
So the Pelicans took care of business. They had to get into the play-in tournament first. They took care of I'm blanking on who they played first. They played the Clippers in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
And they played the Spurs in the first game. They played the Spurs in the first game. They took care of business against the Spurs at home, and then they had to go on the road against LA, the Clippers, without Paul George, who ended up getting sick with COVID, which was
Kawhi Leonard was already out.
Kawhi was already out. But look, it was a wash on down on that, in my opinion, because of the fact that we didn't have Zion all year either. But look, we did what we had to do, right? The Pelicans took care of the Spurs at home in a good game. The Spurs put up a good fight. Then they played the Clippers. The Clippers played pretty well as well, despite not having their best two players. Reggie Jackson is somebody that really gives the Pelicans a problem every time they play him. But once the third and fourth quarter kind of hit, you know, the Pelicans kind of took control.
Yep.
But that's where we at right now, right? So the Pelicans ended up taking those two games, winning those two games, and getting the 8 seed to play the Suns in the first round out in the West. So from top to bottom, are you surprised at how things kind of ended up going for the playoffs so far? East and West.
Not really surprised, because like I said before, when it comes to the East, let's go ahead and start on the East side real quick. I wasn't really sold on the Nets from jump.
Okay.
I wasn't really sold on the Nets at all.
Really?
Right now, they out there playing hero ball, which is the same situation KD was when he was in OKC with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and they brought
So
back Harden to that team originally. Yeah.
So it's pretty much it's the concept of, okay, if KD's going off, we're gonna go with KD. If Kyrie's going off, we're gonna go with Kyrie. But them Celtics, boy, the way they play in defense and the way they play in team ball already, they're gonna give them a run for the money. I really can't call who's gonna win out the East yet, but I'm sticking with my pick until they are defeated. It is the Bucks division to lose.
Yeah. But let's go back first before we go to your favorites. Let's go to that 1-8 seed right now, right? So we got you have Miami against who is that? You got Miami against Atlanta. So
yeah,
who you got in this series? Right now it's 2-0 Miami. Miami took care of business tonight.
He should sweep. He should sweep them. He should sweep them
It'd be a
because they
sweep.
too deep. The Hawks getting swept. I'm sorry. I call it like I see it. The Hawks getting swept.
Okay.
Out of the
let's
games that
run
are
through
playing
it
right now. Well, yeah, we can run through it.
Let's run through it right quick. So give me your what you think of the series beforehand and all that, and then just tell me who you think gonna win. So the 1-8. All right. So you got Miami winning.
I got Miami winning that series.
All right. All right. So next up, you got Boston as the number 2 seed, and then you got Brooklyn, like you just talked about, as a 7 seed.
I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be an exciting series. I'm gonna have to make that a toss up. Right now,
what?
Kyrie.
Come on, you got to pick a winner. Come on.
If I had to pick a winner, I'm probably gonna say Boston because they playing better defense. Nets still can't play no defense. So if I have to pick a winner, I'm going with Celtics. I'm sorry.
No, I can understand that.
I don't trust the Nets at all. I'm sorry. I can't trust the Nets.
All right. And at the 3 seed in the East, you got the Bucks, your favorite, against the Bulls.
Bucks. And I say Bucks in 4.
Damn, a sweep. Okay. All right. And no thoughts on that series before or nothing?
The Celtics in Boston, it might go to game 7. It just might go to game 7. And I'm picking Boston to win it if that's the case.
Okay. But all right. That's what he said. You think he's going to 7? So wait, so you think it's going to be a sweep or it's going to be going to 7?
For Boston and Nets?
No, for Milwaukee and Chicago.
Oh, for Milwaukee and Chicago, that's a sweep. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a sweep. Sweep.
All
Get
right.
the broom.
All right. What about the 4 and 5 seeds? You got the Sixers and the Raptors. Right now, you got the Sixers are up 2-0, I think. If I remember right.
I'm gonna explain this in the best way I can.
Yeah.
Because I understand who James Harden is. For anybody that doesn't know, I was a Rockets fan until he ruined my franchise, and now we have nothing.
And remind everybody that now that you have denounced the Houston Rockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to say that publicly?
Yeah, I denounced the Houston Rockets until they.
Oh, come on, man!
I denounced the Houston Rockets until they make a move, man. I'm a free agent at this point. I can't take. I'm already a New Orleans Saints fan. I've got heart complications as it is. I can't have no more with these Rockets. I can't. So I got to make sure my health comes first. So with that being said, I denounced my membership of the Rockets until y'all make a move. Terrible. Now, as far as the 76ers and Raptors is concerned,
right?
I'm going to say this the best possible way I can. Joel Embiid, you need to be on your game every game because James Harden has a tendency to disappear at a moment's notice.
Okay.
When you count on him, he disappears. Now, if you're asking me what's the deal with this series, the 76ers should sweep them, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went to a game 6 or 7 with these Raptors, depending on how James Harden is playing right now. It should be a sweep.
Would you consider Pascal Siakam a superstar?
He's a star. I wouldn't necessarily call him a superstar just yet. depending on how far the Raptors go, he could possibly become a superstar. But right now, he is a star. He's definitely a star.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm surprised, and I'm gonna go in opposite order here. I'm gonna start with the 4-5 game, Sixers and Raptors. I'm surprised that the Raptors are even in the playoffs. Looking at the beginning of the season,
Right.
I was comparing this, basing this off of the last 2 seasons. Now, last year they didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
The year before that they made the playoffs, if I remember right.
Yep.
But a lot of things changed, right? I mean, they lost.
And the year before that, they won the championship. They first won.
Right. So a lot of things changed, right? They lost Kawhi, and they kind of kept some of them core pieces. They kept OG, Anunoby, whatever. I'm probably butchering his name. They kept Pascal Siakam. So they kept the main core pieces of this team together, but it kind of showed you what really was the key and the final piece that pushed them over the top. Kawhi by himself was a major factor for them on both sides of the court, on offense and defense. And Nick Nurse, as their head coach, has been a good coach for them. And as you can see, the Lakers have already been trying to get him as potentially as a head coach.
It is not going to happen.
Well, you know, money talk.
Money talks and bullshit does definitely walk.
Just saying. But on top of this, what I'm going to say is on this, though. I'm going to say that in this series, I kind of agree with you, though. I think that the Sixers should take care of business easily. Watching that game 1 of the Sixers Raptors, I mean, the Sixers took care of them easily, handling, no problem. Again tonight, they beat them again tonight. So, like, I think maybe Philly, maybe Toronto.
But James Harden ain't been playing the way he's supposed to be playing, though. That's the key thing.
James Harden is playing the way he needs to right now. He's playing off. He's playing as a number 2 because this is Joel Embiid's team.
True.
And Embiid has been playing like an MVP all season long. So he's actually been playing the right way. And then maybe Harden has lost a step here and there. Maybe so. But I still like Philly's chances. I don't think they can make the finals, but I do think that this team is definitely out of the first round. They're going to take care of business with Toronto. And I think Toronto maybe takes a game. Maybe take a game.
Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to a game 6, but 76
Philly and 5
should handle their business.
Philly and 5. So next game,
sweet.
The next game, what was it? The 3-6 seed was Milwaukee and Chicago. Now look, I said since day 1, what did I say? I said Chicago was over fucking rated. I did not believe in Chicago. Now yet Lonzo Ball has been hurt since January. They officially ruled him out for the season.
DeMar DeRozan been playing lights out, man.
Yeah. Look,
DeMar DeRozan been playing lights out.
All props to DeMar DeRozan, but the media definitely lied to us talking about he was an MVP candidate at one point. Stop it. He was not gonna ever win that. Chicago was a fraud. They didn't deserve to be a number 1. There was a number 1 seed for a high second in the league, and then the reality set in. You know, they lost Patrick Williams for a little bit of the part of the year.
Right.
That hurt. But they still was the number 1 seed when he got hurt for a couple months. And then they lost Lonzo. So, and Lonzo was playing his role. His stats wasn't showing it, but he was playing his role.
He's a pass first point. That's it.
I will say this. I still think that they was frauds. I think they probably was at best, even if Lonzo was healthy, they probably would have been more like a 4 seed, maybe a 3 seed.
That's still pretty good, though.
That's good, but they're not a number 1 seed. I think they're gonna get bounced in this first round. Milwaukee gonna take care of them easily. Now this is gonna be a sweep. They're gonna sweep the fuck out of them. They're gonna start with this nonsense talking about DeMar DeRozan as the MVP. Y'all need to stop with that bullshit. Stop it. You're a nice player. You're a great player.
Man, you gonna disrespect DeMar DeRozan like that, man? Come on,
man. Look,
man, been putting up MVP numbers, dog. Come on, man.
Stop. No. You ain't winning no championship with DeMar DeRozan as your best player. It's just not gonna happen. It's not.
But you got to think about it. The story then broke loose now that he was trying to go to the Lakers.
Man, look, that was
he was trying to go home.
He was out there advertising. He was the only person saying that he wanted to go to the Lakers. Like
he wanted to go home.
I know his agent behind the scenes was like, "What the fuck is this dude doing? He out here telling me I won't be on the Lakers." And then what happened? He didn't end up on the Lakers, did he? He ended up in Chicago. So
because they went for Russell Westbrook, and look what happened now. And look what happened.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. But look, let me.
Nobody's not mad at that. They're not even in the playoffs.
I'm calling the Bucks in full.
There you go.
And the next series is the Celtics, right? The Celtics
2-7,
and
yep.
The Nets. I'm actually calling the Nets in this one.
Really?
I'm calling the Nets.
What is it about the Nets that makes you want to believe in them?
I'm calling the Nets in 7.
What is it about the Nets that makes you believe in them? Is it KD and Kyrie together? That's it.
I just can't. I cannot get over a fact that Kevin Durant will at some point go nuclear in this series, and Boston ain't gonna have no answer for it. And
apparently, they did have an answer for him in that first game. Did you not watch that game?
That's not what I said. I said at some point, KD is gonna go crazy in this series, and they ain't gonna have no answer for it.
Hey,
now I will say this: Jayson Tatum is a rising superstar.
Yes,
he is a rising superstar. I will say that
he has it.
I feel like something is missing. Maybe the fact I don't know what I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like there's something's missing from him being the next level. I just don't.
What you think?
I don't know.
You think?
I don't know. I can't.
You think he's got everything? He's got everything now.
I can't.
He's locking up on defense.
I can't put my finger on it right now. I just feel watching them as a team. I don't know. I just don't see them. I don't see them as a real contender. You know, I like the fact that they made it to the number 2 seed and all that good stuff. But I don't know, man. I just can't see this. I can't see.
You just said number 3 ain't number 2 and number 1.
I can't see this team winning a championship. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I can see them losing in the first round to the
because
Nets.
They don't have superstars on it. That's what you're thinking about.
I mean, some people. I mean, depending on who you ask, some people will say that he's a superstar right now. In Jayson Tatum, I don't know if I agree with him, but I think, like I said, he definitely getting close though. He getting close. But I'm calling Boston. I'm calling Brooklyn in 7.
Okay.
Miami,
number 8.
Miami and Atlanta. I like the series for different reasons. I like Trae Young. I just don't like the team around him. I think Trae Young has the potential to win a championship on a team. I don't know if it's gonna be in Atlanta.
Sure ain't gonna be in Atlanta. I'm telling you.
I don't know if Atlanta can build the right team around him either, but they got something in him. That dude shows up in big moments, and he definitely showed up in the play-in tournament. He showed up last season when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So, you know, I mean, he definitely got superstar all over him.
Yeah,
superstar written all over him.
Oh yeah,
he like the 6'9" of like from the rapper. He like the 6'9" of the NBA to me. You know, all the players seem to not like him. I don't know what it is. I mean, I ain't saying the man. I don't know what it is. The players just do not like to play against him. He really gets under people's skin.
Well,
he's a bit of a troll. He's a troll too. So
I would say this though. I would say when you look at the East that we just got finished talking about, in the East right now, the main 2 villains is Kyrie and Trae Young. And
in the East,
and they both embrace that villain role now. So they've both embraced it. So
especially Trae Young coming to New York, boy.
I swear to you right now, and this is the God's sign of truth. I forgot who said this, but somebody said, if you ever go into New York wearing a Trae Young Atlanta jersey, you will probably get shot on sight.
Damn.
Don't go to New York wearing an Atlanta 11 Trey Young jersey. Don't do it. Just don't do it. You'll
Yeah,
never
I
make
can
it
see
out of
that.
there. You'll never make it out of there. I'm sorry.
That's just like Reggie Miller back in the day too.
God.
But man, look, that's it for the East.
Let's
That's
go
it
to
for
the West. Let's go to
Let's
the
go to the West.
West.
All right, so I'll start it off for the West.
Yep.
We'll start it off from the 4-5 seed.
Yep.
So so right now we got the Mavericks against the Jazz. So right now they're tied up 1-1 in the series. They played last night. I feel like the Jazz should win this series, but I feel like the Jazz can find a way to fuck this up. Luka is hurt, and they still found a way to lose game 2. They barely won game 1. The Jazz look like a mess. They look like the worst 5 seed I've ever seen getting into the playoffs. They look dysfunctional at times.
And Spider Mitchell's a hell of a player, though. That's the thing too. Spider Mitchell is a hell of a player. I ain't gonna lie about that. I like Mitchell.
For me, I kind of think he falls into the same realm of Damian Lillard. And what I mean by that is a great small point guard player, a combo guard, who's stuck on a team that has to build around him. I don't know if his undersize hurts him as far as like how you build a team around him, because I feel like it was the same thing with Allen Iverson. You had a small guy as your main person on the team, as your leader. Same thing with Chris Paul. I mean, I don't know if that really matters to some people. You know, he's 6 foot, maybe 6'1", maybe.
Yeah.
And now you got to find the right other guard to place with them to make sure that you cover him in certain cases when they got to guard other bigger guards in the league. Like, look at Lonzo Ball. When Lonzo Ball's on his game, Lonzo is like 6'6" as a guard, as a point guard. You know, Chris Paul is 6 foot, but he holds his own. If anybody holds their own at that height, it's Chris Paul.
That's point guard, boy. That's the point guard.
But don't get it twisted. But and even Allen Iverson had his issues on defense at times when he was in the league. He was great on offense, but you know, people can sometimes do what they wanted against him in certain situations.
He could steal that ball from you though if you let him. He can steal that ball from you.
So
don't sleep on Allen Iverson. He can steal that ball from you if you let him.
That's my question for Donovan Mitchell is I don't know if he can. And even with Damian Lillard, when Damian Lillard was on with Portland, when they had CJ McCollum on that team, if you really think about it, they had 2 of the most electrifying guards scoring wise, but defensively, remember when the Pelicans played them a couple years ago?
Yep.
And Drew Holiday came in there and disrupted their whole entire shit. Dame
Lillard came on there and gave him props. Like Drew Holiday was the best. He came out and said Drew Holiday is the best on-ball defender in the NBA at the guard position.
Yeah.
Hands down the best.
And when you're in the playoffs, it comes down to a half-court game. And now you really have to play real X's and O's when it comes to actually getting, scoring a basket. It's hard to score in the playoffs. So now all that other shit that you was doing in the regular season not really working as much. Like that's why you have issues like with Rudy Gobert coming out the game because he can't play in certain situations. Like in game 1 for the Pelicans against Phoenix, they couldn't play fucking Valanciunas as much as they would like because they was playing small ball. You had to take him out in certain situations. I think they did that a little bit in that game against the Clippers too. They ended up having to play Larry Nance a little bit more. So you just got to make sure that you're playing. I don't know. I feel like Donovan Mitchell kind of has a detriment with his size. I don't know if they have that answer. I mean, you ain't got enough shooting. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with this team. That team to me don't seem like it works. It don't work to me.
Well, I will say this. Added bonus for Dallas is Jason Kidd coaching.
Yeah.
But Luka Doncic being hurt, that's gonna hinder him. So depending on how long he's out, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Jazz to come out this, but I believe that in the next go round they're gonna get bounced out, whoever they play against. It don't matter who it don't matter.
I'm gonna pick them to win
in the second round.
I'm gonna pick them to win.
Yeah.
by default.
Yeah. I believe it's probably going to be.
This should be an easy 5 games, and it's going to probably take him 6 games to win.
Yeah.
And don't let Luka get healthy back in the series. And then
if Luka gets back healthy, that's it.
You might see the Jazz lose this series.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how long Luka plays out. So I'll say that I'll give that series a credibility toss up because we have to see how Luka comes back, and we'll have to see if he's out indefinitely.
Also, got to mention this too. Last night, that the fact that Jared Brunson dropped 41 points on him. He dropped 41 points. 41 points from Jared Brunson. And a lot of people are like, who the fuck is Jared Brunson? He plays point guard for the Dallas Mavericks. So he dropped 41 on their ass, and he made it look easy.
And he made it look easy. That's another added bonus. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
Imagine if Jared Brunson is the one that takes this series over, and he everybody on the Jazz getting fired.
Everybody. Let's go to the 3 and 6.
The Warriors and Nuggets. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right now. Warriors and 4. Warriors and 4.
Get the broom. Get the broom.
I want to say this.
Murray stays getting hurt.
I want to say this respectfully first. Jokic is a great player. But we got to stop pretending that he going to be the savior and win a championship with this current team.
He can't do it by himself. If Jamal Murray was...
Jokic is a great player.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, in my opinion, it looks like he doesn't even want to try sometimes. He came into the league a lot of times overweight, out of shape.
The barely could jump 2 feet.
I don't know, man. I just can't. I just don't put a lot of stock of Jokic winning a championship, being a leader of a team that wins a championship. In my opinion, I just don't see it. He might shock the world. He might get a hell of a team put together. Michael Porter Jr. might become something great. Jamal Murray might come back and be great. I don't know. They might have a contender just waiting, sleeping this week to get healthy. We may never see that shit. But as for MVP, I don't think Jokic is the MVP of the league.
Who you think is the MVP?
I think Giannis is the MVP of the league. And I think
Embiid.
I think Embiid played great at 3/4 of the year, not the entire year, in my opinion, as the MVP. I think Giannis was the most consistent. I think Embiid was probably there was talk when he had a stretch run where he was
playing out of his mind.
It was Embiid. But in my opinion, where the Bucks ended up, and I'll even say this, Devin Booker got really the raw end of the deal. Nobody talks about him being the MVP at all.
At all.
He definitely deserves that because, I mean, Chris Paul wasn't even around and missed a nice amount of the regular season. But getting back to what we were talking about, though, the Warriors to take care of this easily, 4-0. I see this as a sweep. I think the Nuggets don't have enough scoring to
get the broom.
Yeah, get the broom. I ain't even waste time on this one. But Jokic, stop it with the MVP. Stop it. He won last year. He is not the MVP this year. He does not deserve it. Not with the number 6 seed. Stop. The Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. I think this might be the best series of the league.
It is
round 1. And Andy, I said this before. Andy Edwards is a star in the making, bro. Andy Edwards for Minnesota. This might already be his team. This might not even be Karl Anthony Towns' team no more. I think he's actually better than Karl Anthony Towns. I think he's the lead. I don't know. He just brings a different swag about them to the team.
Yeah. Now don't get it twisted. Now, Karl Anthony Towns also has been playing out of his mind this year too, as well.
No, he has. No doubt he has.
So
he has finally bounced back. I mean, I know he had some major personal issues last year with family members passing away last year, and that kind of affected his game, I think. But this year he's bounced back. He looks probably, I think, best stat wise, his best season. But I don't know, man. Carl Anthony, my Anthony, damn, I'm breaking up his name. Anthony Edwards is definitely the best player on that team. And then you got D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell is number 3. So I think they are a great young team, and if they can build around them 3 players, I mean, they're gonna be great.
And also Patrick Beverly is on the squad too as well.
And Patrick Beverly is the veteran bully on the team, man.
Oh man,
it's a perfect. And look, it was so perfect. And let's get to that too. It was so perfect. Of them beating the Clippers to get into the playoffs themselves to get the number 7 seed. So shout out to them. Shout out to him. I know he was happy. He was going crazy. But people kind of forget about certain players go to certain teams and they kind of bring that consistency. CJ McCollum did the same thing with the Pelicans.
Exactly.
They bring that consistency. They change the culture in the locker room, and that shit is infectious. When you bring in the right people into the right places, you know, it can kind of change things around.
But who's winning this series though, realistically? Realistically, it should be the Grizzlies.
I for some reason, I really like the fact of Minnesota having a chance to win this series.
They got a chance.
I think this is gonna go.
They ain't got a chance.
I think this is gonna go 7 games.
It is, but realistically, who should win?
Memphis should win. I really want to see Minnesota win just to see Andy Edwards in his press game release. The dude just say whatever the fuck on his mind. He might be the closest thing we're gonna get to like getting Marshawn Lynch in the NBA.
Oh my goodness.
Like pay attention to some of his post games.
The man said exactly what's on his mind. That's it.
Dude, funny.
Yes, look, he is.
I think the fact that this team is really a team to watch out for in the future, though.
I actually called Game 7 on that one too. But like I said, realistically, Memphis Grizzlies should win it. I mean, they took care of business tonight as well too. I mean, after that first loss they had, Minnesota strike first blood, and Memphis was just like, come in and just like, you know what, we ain't gonna take this team lightly no more. We're gonna get y'all up out of here. So at this point, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say this is probably gonna be a gentleman's sweep, being that first game kind of woke Memphis up.
Oh, you think Memphis gonna take this in 5? All right.
I wouldn't be surprised if it go to Game 7. I would not be surprised.
Next game is in Minnesota, so we're gonna find out.
So yeah, so I would say Minnesota, you stroke first blood and you woke them up. So
I think if Memphis win this game, I believe you.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota's gonna take Game 3 though.
We'll see what happens.
Last up, 1 versus 8 in the West. Phoenix and New Orleans. So,
ladies and gentlemen, before we even get to it, Game 3 is coming to New Orleans. And ladies and gentlemen, Chris Paul, the point guard, is coming home.
Man, look, stop.
But he ain't coming home to just say, hey, he coming home to get y'all up out of there.
Man, look, I was a big Chris Paul fan when he was down here. But let's be real. He kind of left on the pretty much similar same terms as Anthony Davis. The only difference was he didn't make it public.
No, he didn't make it public. Actually, he thanked the New Orleans and everything for the time that he had down here. And that's the way you're supposed to lead.
Stand-up dude. When it comes to being professional, Chris Paul is usually probably one of the most professional people you're gonna find in the NBA.
I told a coworker of mine this. I think out of the 3 superstars the Pelicans had, in Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, and Zion Williamson, I think Chris Paul is the only one that could come back here and not have anything happen to him.
I don't know about all that. I mean, at first,
Chris Paul has been allowed to come back home.
Well, yeah, at the due time, yeah. Now his time has passed, and yeah, people not as mad because now they just won't be mad at Andy Davis or whoever. But look, I'm happy for Chris Paul's success and all that good stuff. Man, he still has yet to win a ring. I think this is probably his best chance to win a ring. So I'm calling this series. We Pelicans fans here. I would love to see the Pelicans win this series. Obviously, I don't see them winning this series. Hopefully, that's a nice reverse jinx for it. But I don't see them getting past 5 games. I'm gonna give them 1 game.
They might get 1 game at home. They might get 1 game at home.
You may catch one of the crew members at one of these games 3 or 4. I don't know. We make up our minds yet, but you might catch one of those crew members at one of these games. So we might be reporting live at one of these games. Just a heads up. But I'm gonna say this: whichever of them games that we show up at, I think that's the game that the Pelicans gonna win. But other than that, that's it. I see this going 5 games. Phoenix taking it and moving on to the second round.
I call 5. It should
5?
be a sweep, but it should be a sweep,
Now,
but I call 5.
If Zion come back, I don't know.
But the question about is if Zion comes back, is he going to produce and join this team to help win?
I would take Zion Williamson for 10 minutes a game. I would take that.
Yeah.
I'd rather him play than Willie Hernan Gomez off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather see him take some minutes away from some of the bench players. That's fine with me.
But I ain't gonna lie.
I'd rather him take some minutes from Jackson Hayes.
In this series, I have to say, I'm loving the fact that it's Monty Williams versus Willie Green. Because if you ever look at how they coach, these 2 gentlemen coach almost the exact same way. They coach with passion, they coach with intensity, and they will not quit.
I like the speech that Willie Green had.
Yes.
After right before they beat the Clippers in the play-in time. And I think that was right before the 4th quarter hit. And it was man, look, that was a hell of a speech. It sounded like some shit out of a movie.
But
it was
at the
perfect.
same time,
they rallied behind that shit. They rallied behind that and they beat them.
Here's the key point to that. At the same time, that's how you supposed to coach in New Orleans. Anytime you come face us, it's a dog fight.
Yeah. So that's what he said. You got to fight. So
you got to fight.
And it kind of goes with their motto too, the don't bow down motto.
Don't bow down. Yep. We don't bow down to no king.
I just wish the only thing I wish they would have hired him a season before when they hired Stan Van Gundy. Remember that shit? Remember when they hired Stan Van Gundy and everybody was like,
"Oh my goodness,
what the why? You hired his ass like 10 years too late."
Oh my goodness.
But look, man, shout out to the Pelicans. I mean, they in a dog fight right now. They're currently in the 4th quarter with like about what 6 minutes left in the game. This close.
But they took the lead, 102-98.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. The game ain't over yet, so
game ain't over yet.
In the 4th quarter, they got about 6 minutes left. Y'all can check in. But yeah, shout out to the Pelicans, man. But that's our predictions. What do you think about the MVP? We talked about it a little bit. Who you think gonna win it?
At first, I thought it was in between Joel Embiid and the Joker. I actually thought, and that's what we were saying with Thick Eye when he was on there too. Shout out to Thick Eye Bandit Pudge, right. Another crew member of ours too as well, possibly on vacation as well too. So we're gonna let him enjoy himself. He was saying the exact same thing I did, and I said the MVP should have went to Joel Embiid when it was just the 2 of them.
Right.
But for some strange reason, I think they're going to give it to the Joker. Now, Giannis, if he done exploded like everybody said he exploded, I believe they should go ahead and give it to Giannis and hey, make him a back-to-back MVP. But for some strange reason, I think they're gonna give it to Joker.
Well, Joker won it last year.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
I don't know, man.
Joel Embiid been playing out of his mind, though, man. I can't deny what Joel Embiid is doing right now. I can't deny that, and he should win the MVP. That's why I think should win it.
Like I said, I think it should be either Giannis or Devin Booker. And I wouldn't even be mad if he had co-MVPs in that point.
I mean, if you want to throw in Devin Booker, I ain't mad at that at all.
You got to consider the man. He the number one team.
They not showing him enough love. They not showing him enough love at all. But I believe what's going to happen is what's happening now is this is slowly, if you really haven't noticing it, this is slowly turning into another big man's league.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You got the Joker, you got Joel Embiid, you got Giannis. Now you got Cat playing out of his mind right now as well too. You got Cat playing out of his mind. This is slowly turning into a big man's league again. And you've heard Joel Embiid talk to Jokic before. He was like, "Hey, as long as a big man gets it, we good." So even though Devin Booker should be considered, with those two big men doing what they doing, well, actually three big men doing what they doing, I think it's going to be out of those three. I have a strange feeling that they're going to give it to Jokic for some odd reason. I can't put my
That's going to be terrible.
That's going to be terrible.
I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see it. I think that'd be terrible.
I don't want to see it.
Might be
either,
right,
but I have a strange feeling about this.
You know how it's so stupid. If you watch like ESPN or Fox or whoever, when it comes to sports channel,
hyping that man up.
They're hyping him up. But how often do you ever really see a Nikola Jokic highlight? They don't show him. So it is a little odd to me.
But they're showing Giannis. They showing Joel Embiid.
They don't show Giannis that much, like talking about. Let's be real. They don't show Giannis that often either.
They don't show Giannis that often.
They show Embiid more than they'll show anybody else. I mean, let's be real. They show it to the certain markets. Right. They show a lot of Philly. They show a lot of Jayson Tatum. They show a lot of LeBron. So why? Because they're in the bigger markets.
Right.
Let's be real. But I said I'm standing by what I said. I think it should be either Giannis or Devin Booker or co-champs of both. But yeah. What about moving on to the NFL? NFL, we kind of missed a lot of big news that came out of the NFL. NFL free agency is crazy. They had trade after trade after trade. But let's start off. You have Russell Wilson getting traded from Seattle to Denver. I think that kind of automatically puts Denver in the conversation to make the playoffs at the very least.
That division is going to be must-see TV. You're talking about Justin Herbert. You're talking about Derek Carr. You're talking about Russell Wilson, and you already have Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, you got four top. So you got Patrick Mahomes. You got
can't forget about Patrick Mahomes. Come on, man.
You got Russell Wilson. You got Justin Herbert, and you got Derek Carr.
Yeah.
So that's going to be must-see TV right there in that division.
What's funny?
I'm serious.
That's going to be a lot of offense scored in that division. But somebody ain't going to make the playoffs, obviously. So
Chargers.
I'm going to go ahead right now and say the Chargers ain't going to make it.
I think the Chargers ain't gonna make it because of the cusp. It's just the history. For some odd reason, I don't know what it is. Whenever they have a good team, they always miss the playoffs.
Now, Russell Wilson has a big task on his hands too because of the fact that his team is really, really young. He probably got the youngest team out of everybody built currently that's on that team in that division. So,
but out of all the quarterbacks that Denver had, I'm rolling with Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
all the quarterbacks they had in that division.
And then KC lost Tyreek Hill. We was talking about that, we were talking about that before we got started with the main show here. How you felt about that? How did you feel about Tyreek getting traded to Miami?
Man, look, I'm gonna say this respectfully as I can. I'm all for getting your money.
Right.
I'm all for it.
Right.
And I know some people will say, hey, these kids ain't worried about the championships. They ain't worried about because most of the people in the league, the careers don't last. So they're trying to get their money and try to retire early. And I get it. If that's what floats your boat, I get it. But it's not just the fact that it's Kansas City.
Yep.
You left a great situation. You were in the Super Bowl twice.
All right, look.
And you made the playoffs. Listen to me first. You made the Super Bowl twice.
Right.
And you had a great quarterback in Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
A great quarterback. Now you're going to Miami Dolphins that made you the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, which is all very good.
Yeah.
Your football life is going to be a little different.
Okay, why?
You're probably not going to make the playoffs. Not in that mess they got down there in Miami. Not in that mess.
You don't think Miami can make the playoffs?
I don't think Miami can make not after that mess that they done pulled, not after this mess that they got themselves into. They ain't gonna make the playoffs.
What you mean? They got a great young quarterback.
They still got to deal with Buffalo. They still got to deal with Josh Allen.
You still
they ain't making Buffalo. The playoffs. It's not the fact that Buffalo is going to win. It's just the fact that this is Buffalo's division now. It used to be the Patriots. It ain't the Patriots no more. It's Buffalo.
And I'm sorry that
in order to get to the playoffs, you still got to get through Buffalo.
You don't think New England is just gonna go away? Look, all right, look. They still got Bill Belichick in New England. Buffalo, I think Buffalo's gonna come back down to reality. I think Miami gonna step their game up.
You kept saying that year after year, and they've always surprised you.
No, man. Look.
And don't even
was the only guy even Buffalo.
And don't even bring up the fact that your Mahomie beat him in the playoffs.
You damn right.
And did not get a chance to get the ball back in his hand.
I don't want to hear that shit. Look, they already, how many times they got to reset these damn playoff rules, man?
And they already reset it. They go give Josh Allen They go give Josh Allen.
When the Saints, remember when the Saints beat Brett Favre years ago when they went to go to the Super Bowl over 10 years ago, and they bitched and complained in Minnesota, and what happened? They changed the rules, and now they have the rules that they have currently now. So now they want bitch again, so now they can change the rules again.
They've already changed the rules. So now Josh Allen, if that happens again, Josh Allen will get another chance.
Man, look, I'm so tired of it. Like, go suck on a titty, man. Like what the fuck y'all want? Like,
hey, Josh Allen took it like a G. It is what it is.
You give up a touchdown, and what happened to sudden death? If you give up a touchdown in overtime, you fucking lose.
That's it.
Period. I don't want to hear that you ain't get no chance. You got your chance. Like, wrap this shit up, B. Like, this shit is going on long enough, and they already play a 3-hour football game, and now you got to add on an extra.
No matter what you say, Buffs, man, it's still Buffalo's division. I'm sorry.
Man, fuck
New England's a thing of the past. It's Buffalo's division now.
Hold up. I want to get back to
Miami's got to play Buffalo twice.
Wait. I want to get back to Tyreek. Because you seem like you was kind of mad that he left Casey.
I'm not.
Oh, you think? Well, no. You say it was a bad decision on his part to go to Miami.
No, I'm not saying it was a bad decision, but at the same time, you got to look at the simple fact: the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
Sure it is.
Money-wise, yes. Money-wise, yes. It's way greener.
How much money he got?
He got a lot of money.
He ain't
And
had
you
that
know
money.
what?
He ain't had
And
that
like,
money the day before he signed that contract neither.
and let me tell you something right now. His football life is going to be different to the point where I don't want to hear your mouth. This is
Look,
what you wanted. This is what you signed.
let
So
me tell you
guess what? If you lose out of the playoffs,
Let me tell
you
you
better
something.
look. You better look at your phone and look at your bank account and say, you know what, I'm good. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Man, look, this man went from Kansas City. He went from dusty ass Kansas City.
Oh my God. It don't matter
Dusty
what kind
ass Kansas City to South Beach, Miami.
That's still my homie's team, bro. That's you gonna dish your boy on my homie's team?
He got paid hundreds of millions of dollars to go play in Miami. You goddamn right he made the right decision. I don't want to hear nothing that he made the wrong. That man made the best decision for him and his family and his business associate.
Hey, your football life is gonna be way different.
And then now on top of that, he gonna get even more bigger endorsement deals in Miami than Kansas City.
Like I said, I have no problem with that.
Man, look, he already won.
If you were in Tyreek Hill's position, you would take it. I would take it. Yes. Just know. You ain't getting in the playoffs. That's it.
Man, look, they gonna make
the playoffs.
I ain't saying they're gonna make it this year, but they're gonna make it eventually.
You got to play Buffalo twice.
Man, Buffalo is kittens, man. Nobody worry about Buffalo. Nobody's worrying about Buffalo. But
you ain't making the division, dog. You ain't winning the division. I'm sorry. You ain't winning the division. You staying your behind home in Miami. You playing football. You playing football, you making money, and you're staying in Miami.
Another big trade that went down to that we can't pass upon is coming straight out of Houston. He's coming straight out of H-Town.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Jesus.
Why don't you take this one away?
Ladies and gentlemen, Deshaun Watson has completely made history. A fully guaranteed contract out of this world. He's definitely reset the market. Cleveland Browns will get some hate from these owners in the next owners meeting.
That boy got paid.
Lord. But it is in Cleveland, and the whereabouts is basically
it's still the doo-doo Browns.
Yeah, they still the doo-doo Browns. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Deshaun. You did but I get it. I get it. Like I said, well. I'm not for anybody. I'm not against anybody. I'm not against anybody going to get their money. I'm not. It is what it is at this point. So however, the Browns got themselves in a situation because now that you traded for Deshaun Watson, you still have Baker Mayfield on the books.
That man got big bills to pay, man. He needed that money. Shit.
Yeah, do we? But like I said, I ain't complaining about it.
Them bills about to come hard, quick.
But you still have Baker Mayfield on the books. So
yeah, Cleveland played this weird.
Yes.
If
first you say you're gonna ride with Baker.
They looked so stupid in this whole thing.
Then you went ahead and just signed Deshaun Watson to this big multi-billion-dollar contract. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I will say this. They look like a desperate ass team. And I don't blame them. I get it. I get it, man.
Desperation makes you do some stupid shit, bro.
Since they have been back since 1999 when they came back and they drafted Tim Couch bum ass.
Boss man, you do realize that desperation makes you do some crazy shit, right?
I'm getting there. Because they went through a lot of quarterbacks over the years.
Oh, did they?
Over the past 2 decades, they have missed on multiple different quarterbacks.
The question is, did they finally hit though?
We're gonna find out. Sean Watson was a Pro Bowl superstar in the making quarterback.
Let me tell you something right now. And for anybody out there that's listening to this, all of our crew members who know football and all of us who follow football, if you really believe that Baker Mayfield was better than Deshaun Watson, you fooling yourself. You're drinking Drano.
I'm not saying Baker Mayfield's not a bad quarterback. He's not. He's a starting caliber quarterback. He's better than Johnny Manziel was. He's not Johnny Manziel.
Bro, you really brought that name up. Did you really bring that name up?
He was the Browns quarterback. I'm naming all
Mitchell Trubisky is better than damn Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, probably. So, but look,
Mitchell Trubisky.
Look, check it out. They really fucked this up. All they had to do was, if you knew you was going to double back and go get Watson, you should have immediately traded.
Yes.
You should have immediately traded. What's his name?
But the question is, though, is Deshaun Watson going to play, though? That's the thing.
He's probably going to miss some games. And I don't know how.
He's definitely going to miss some games.
I don't know if they're going to give him time served. He missed the whole season already. So how you going? They already self-imposed pitching on him.
Well, we got to put this out. We got to put this out on Front Street. According to federal laws, they're not going to continue to press charges, but he still has civil suits pending. He's got 23 civil suits pending. Now, if they go through with this, he's going to miss some games. However, if he continues to fight for his innocence, like he says he's innocent, then
it's going to be
Cleveland's in the business of winning. Cleveland's in the business of winning games.
It's going to, let me tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be similar to the Ben Roethlisberger, the Kobe Bryant situation, where they're not going to find him federally, indict him for anything, like they already just said. They're going to fuck him over in the civil court. They're going to get that money in civil court.
Some kind of way they're going to get that money in the civil court.
And they're going to win. They're going to win this.
If he don't beat every single case, those court calls is going to kill him.
It's too many, and that's why he secured that bag. In my opinion, I think that's why he secured that bag. Yeah. Look, man.
Absolutely.
I want to go play in Atlanta. I wouldn't mind playing maybe in New Orleans too. But y'all ain't
New Orleans would have been a better situation. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Either one of them
would have been a better situation.
Either one of them teams was able to pay him the money that Cleveland was.
Right.
And the only other teams that was able to pay him that kind of money, like Miami, already had quarterback. So Denver just traded for Russell Wilson. Nobody else had that money like talking about. Maybe I don't think San Francisco had that money either.
Nope. Because they riding with Trey Lance. They had already drafted Trey Lance to replace Jimmy Garoppolo.
Which I think Jimmy Garoppolo is still on the team at this point. So there's still there's still more free agency to be played out, but I don't know, man. Cleveland it was just a weird choice to me, but I get it. I understand. You know, you got all these different cases. You getting the biggest amount of guaranteed money ever. So you goddamn right. I'm securing that bag. If I got to play in Cleveland for a little while, fuck it, so be it.
And I will say this as a side note.
He ain't got to end up there. You know what I'm saying? He can always be moved on somewhere else if it doesn't work out.
And I'll say this as a side note. And this message specifically goes out to Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Baker, here's what you need to do to improve your situation. And I believe this will very help your situation as much as possible. You need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he making himself look weak.
You need to shut the fuck up, sir. You not helping your cause any bit at all.
You know what this reminded me of? It's reminding me of DeMar DeRozan when he got traded from Toronto.
Yes.
DeMar DeRozan bitched and whined. Now look, I'm a big fan of DeMar DeRozan. I think he's a great player, but I feel like a lot of this you just couldn't. I don't know. It still like he's still to this day when they ask him about it, he still seems like he hurt about being traded. Now I get it. They won a championship after you got traded.
Well, here's the thing though. Kawhi Leonard expedited that If you really think about it, Kawhi
But
Leonard expedited that.
it was just different levels to it. I mean, like you goddamn right, I'm gonna trade Kawhi Leonard for DeMar DeRozan.
But Kawhi
Yeah.
Leonard expedited that. Kawhi Leonard basically wanted out of the Spurs, and that's one team in the NBA you do not pull that stuff off is the San Antonio. They will trade you in a hot second, and they traded you straight to Toronto. Yeah, DeMar, you want to be traded? Come on to San Antonio. We will gladly ship Kawhi Leonard up there to Toronto.
Now, if DeMar would have been putting up big numbers like Kawhi does, then this is not a situation. This is the whole different story. This is a whole different scenario. If he would have took he had a chance to take San Antonio and really move San Antonio to the next level. That didn't happen.
That didn't happen at all.
That didn't happen. So, same thing here. I think he just bitching and complaining. Hopefully, Cleveland will get rid of his ass.
Whatever podcast he was on, the damn dog didn't want to even bother with him.
I didn't watch that shit.
The damn dog was just sick and tired of this bull.
There's been talk. There's been talks that there's been talks that Carolina is thinking about potentially trading for him or waiting for him to get cut.
Oh, Robbie Anderson tweeted, no.
I saw that. Look, Robbie Anderson should be happy to have anybody.
Robert Anderson basically came out and said, I'm happy with Sam Darnold thing to give me Baker Mayfield. I'm like, bruh.
I don't know about that.
He said he happy with Sam Darnold. I'd rather Sam Darnold to put up with Baker Mayfield.
They need to give Cam Newton a chance back to be the starting quarterback. And hopefully he can get his career back on track. But that's a whole nother situation. All right, but moving on. Other news in the NFL. Do you have anything else you want to
add? No, that was it actually. Other than that, once again, another person that need to shut the F up is Colin Murray.
So Colin Murray is still on his rookie contract.
What the hell is going on with these Oklahoma quarterbacks?
I don't know, man.
What's your problem?
I don't know. Why don't you fill us in? What's going on with Colin Murray?
What is your problem? Why can't y'all just keep quiet?
Well, let's talk about what he really wants. What does he want? Money. He feels like he deserves a new contract right now.
Yes. Because he saw what happened to Deshaun Watson.
But if I remember right, he has one more year left on his deal. So
you damn right the owner is going to make you play that 1 year out, bro.
Kyler Murray has yet to prove anything in the league. I mean, yeah, he had a great year last season, but they lost the first game in the playoffs. So I get it. He played out of his mind last season, but you got to keep continually to show that improvement.
Let me tell you the underlying secret of the NFL.
Get that money. Bro. Look, hold up. I'm gonna say this. Get that money at the end of the day. But
here's the thing, though.
Put in the work. So
right, because here's the thing about the NFL that a lot of people don't understand.
What's that?
The NFL, you always have to continuously every year update your resume.
Yeah.
Because the league will be quick to say, what have you done for me lately?
Absolutely.
Not a goddamn thing. That's what Arizona is looking at Colin Murray. What have you done for me lately, sir? Not a goddamn thing.
Well, he got to cool himself out, man. But look,
cool out, bro.
How do you feel about the Saints? And we'll leave it at that. How you feel about the Saints going into this to the draft?
With 2 first-round picks?
2 first-round picks.
I'm calling it right now. The process should be you need to get yourself a wide receiver and draft an offensive lineman. Those are
would you go quarterback?
Hell to the no.
No. Okay. No quarterback.
What quarterback do you see in this draft?
What about Willis?
Where's Willis going to be? Is Willis going to fall? You expecting him to fall?
I'm just saying.
That far? No. Since everybody wants to talk about this Willis kid, since everybody wants to talk about this Willis kid, he's very popular. He's gaining ground. What do y'all expect him to do? Fall?
I mean, they do got
What
two
pick?
first
What
round
pick
picks.
we got?
They
What
do
pick
got
we
two.
got?
Hold up. They got 2 first-round picks. Why wouldn't he move up in the draft potentially?
What picks we had? What number picks we got?
What, 16 and 18, huh?
Yeah, 16 and 18. Stay your ass right there and get yourself a wide receiver and an offensive lineman.
All right. I'm just asking a question.
I'm not getting no.
So you
I'm not.
you wouldn't try to get in that scenario to try to move up in the draft, right?
No,
No.
stay right where you are. Get yourself a
Okay.
wide receiver.
All right.
Get yourself an offensive
No,
lineman.
I agree with you. I agree
Play
with you.
this
There's nothing
draft
really,
safe.
there's nothing you really can give up in a trade right now because the Saints in a weird scenario with the cap money and the amount of players that they're able to even keep on. You have Malcolm Jenkins retired. Who else? They lost a
You
few
lost
people.
Marcus Williams
You lost Marcus Williams
to
to
the Ravens,
Baltimore. You lost you left tackle.
which I called that one.
Yeah. You called that one before we went on hiatus, man. You called that he was gonna lead the team.
I
But
called it.
you still got Tyrann Mathieu is still a free agent out there.
That's who I really want to get. If we
But
get
the
him,
Saints don't have the money to pay him, which is why he's not on the team right now.
well, here's the thing though. Tyrann Mathieu, for the Chiefs not to pick up and re-sign you to a new contract, at this point, you're gonna have to just like
I think they're
accept
gonna
whatever
resign.
offers. I don't think so. They let this man walk. So hey, I will say, hey, look, Tyrann, take whatever offers out there on the table. It's obvious the Chiefs don't believe in you. They think you're too rich for their blood. So take whatever's offers on the table. Hey, I think it's time for you to come back home. I think, hey, you'll be
I would
great
love
with this offense. I would love to see you back home, bro.
I would love to see him on this defense with CJ Garner. I think he'll be a great addition in that secondary. So especially with this defense.
Now, Marcus Williams has a great situation. I will say this because he's on my second favorite team, which is the Baltimore Ravens.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, I'm
Second
a Raven.
team.
Yeah, I'm a Raven. I'm sorry. Ray Lewis, of course, my favorite linebacker. So I don't give a damn what nobody says. But I would say Marcus Williams, you're in a good situation, man. The Ravens will expect you to play like a Raven and be yourself. So you have an opportunity not to have, too much pressure on you. They expect you to come out there and be yourself. Looking forward to seeing you how you play. Looking forward to seeing what greatness you can come up to. But getting back to what I said earlier, I called this one. I said, if anything, they're going to sign Marshawn Lattimore. They were definitely going to sign Kamara. They were definitely going to sign Michael Thomas. They were going to re-sign Demario Davis to a veterans deal. And Marcus Williams last year was last year. Like I told Pudge, I told Tito, that's the year he really needed to step his game up.
Well, he got franchised last year.
But still, that was his chance to get a contract with the Saints, at least, step your game up. First game, he did fine. Then Carolina game, he went right back to what he was all known for, making mistakes. But that's not the here and there. He's on another team now. So, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing him.
More power to him. I would love it if Tyrann Mathieu can make it on this team. I think he'll be a good replacement. I don't think they have the cap space to get him. He said he ain't taking no discount. So we'll see.
One thing you need to learn about the New Orleans Saints, my man, and you've known this for the longest. In Mickey Loomis, we trust.
True.
Mickey Loomis gonna find a way to get that man on now.
All I'm saying is that the market is drying up for Tyrann, so I think that some things got to kind of shake a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, there's nothing really else that we have additional. I think I'll start with what I think is going to happen in the first round, and I'll leave it at that for the draft. I think they're going to end up taking. I do think they're going to take an offensive lineman too. But I think they're going to surprise some people. I don't think they're going to draft a receiver. I think they're still not going to draft a receiver. I know it sounds crazy, but when have we ever seen the Saints do what they're supposed to do in the first round and actually draft at the position of need that they really need?
These
It hasn't
past couple of
happened.
drafts, they've
The
been
first
doing what they're
round?
supposed to do. Yes.
First round?
Yes, they
They,
have
they,
been doing what they were supposed to be doing.
they've been
They
needing
have.
a receiver for a while, and they haven't drafted one in the first
They
round.
haven't drafted it because they couldn't find one.
They passed up on some.
They passed up on some because the thing about it is they went with the positions they needed. Now, granted, we do need a quarterback. Everybody's saying we need to finally draft a quarterback. We need to finally draft the quarterback. Well,
They
this
passed
year's
up on
draft,
that several years.
yeah, but this year's draft, there is no quarterbacks except
All
for
right.
Willis, and he ain't
what
falling.
receiver would you take with the Saints pick?
Which receiver I would take?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, there's a lot of them. I would say at this point, I don't know if there's plenty of good receivers. That's what I'm saying. This draft is wide receiver. It's wide receiver deep, so you could get basically any receiver that could come in and be a good number 2. So I really don't have a pick, but whoever they pick is a good one.
Okay.
If anything, he's gonna be a number 2 receiver next to Michael Thomas. He's gonna be a number 2, possibly 3.
I'm with you on that. I think that I definitely see an offensive lineman getting drafted in the first round. I think Mickey Loomis never tends to pick with everybody expects him to pick. As you remember, they always take the odd positions and they always turn these late picks into great picks. So I'm not really worried too much about the first round pick, but I think they're gonna probably draft something out of crazy position. I definitely think offensive lineman. I'm gonna go and say they're gonna probably take something on defense. Everybody like offense. We need offense.
Now, do we need an edge? Now, do we need an edge rusher? Absolutely. We do need an edge rusher. So if you're not going to take a wide receiver, I would definitely get an edge rusher. Find yourself an edge rusher. That is the premium position right now on the opposite side of the ball. Obviously on offense, you definitely need a quarterback. That's a premium position now. But there's also the language has spread around the NFL that the next available premium position now is an edge rusher. You need somebody that can get to the quarterback and put them on their ass.
Okay.
So I would definitely try to get me a blitzing outside linebacker to complement Davis and Quan Alexander in a 4-3 set. But I would definitely, if you are not going to get a wide receiver, I am all for you getting an edge rusher.
But like I said, they have 2 picks, so they can very well get both.
Yeah, they can very well get both.
Well, with that being said, man, look, one last update on sports before we get up out of here. The Pelicans have upset the Suns tonight.
Yeah, buddy.
Let me pull up the official score right quick before we get up out of here. The score is 125-114. The Pelicans went on the road 125-114. With Brandon Ingram dropping 37 points. Devin Booker
rising all-star and Brandon Ingram. I ain't gonna lie.
He's been an all-star this year. He got snubbed.
Oh yes,
but he got snubbed the last 2 seasons. But that's all right. It's all right.
Rising all-star though. Rising all superstar. Actually,
I think CJ coming on this team definitely helped turn around his game. It helped take some pressure off of him too. You're starting to see Brandon Ingram really play a lot more. Less ball stopping and a lot more distributing, being facilitating. So I love the fact that CJ came to this team. He came at the right time. They really needed him to come over.
Zion, get your shit together.
Especially with Zion missing the entire season.
Zion, get your shit together. The Pelicans are winning without you. Get your shit together.
I wouldn't bet on this shit to work like this every season, though. We still need Zion to bring his ass back. So I agree. So maybe, hopefully, he get his ass back into shape, get back, stop eating all. Look, We know on the main show we always talk about shrimp po' boy versus hot sausages. You got to stop eating the hot sausage sandwiches. You got to stop eating all the extra
Oh,
shit.
no. You're not never just gonna put it on the hot sausage, boy. That nigga eating both. For him to be that size, he eating both.
I'm just saying, man, you can't be playing basketball, running up and down the court and eating, you know, you can't be eating like us.
Nah.
You know
nah. Lay off the gumbo, lay off the
that's why his ass that's why he went to Portland for them couple months. He had to get away from the food and shit.
Yes.
But
food down here is addictive. Yes.
And on top of the fact that the Lakers did not make the fucking playoffs. They didn't even make the play-in game. There was the 11th seed in the West. But the even best news about that is that their next first round pick conveys to the Pelicans because of the fact of where they seeded themselves in the Western Conference at the end of the regular season. So
beautiful. They ain't got no picks.
at the very least, it's going to be a number 8 pick for the Pelicans with the potential of getting even higher into the top 4. So, I mean, if the Pelicans get in the top 4, I mean, on top of the fact that Zion coming back too, you never know what you might be able to flip them picks or even flip, another kind of crazy trade to get another superstar on the team. So the future is bright. You have the right coach.
Good job, Lakers.
You got the right players. So this is the right step in the right direction, man.
Good job, Lakers.
You might even get Zion in this series. You never know.
Good job, Lakers.
But look, man.
Great job. Great job.
That's it for this show, man. The motherfucking show, the motherfucking sports show. You already know what it is. Catch us on the web at themotherfuckingpod.com. Get all our content. Make sure you download every episode on there. We are currently revving up for season 4. It's coming out soon next month. So make sure you be on the lookout for that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like and subscribe. Make sure you check us out on IG. We're gonna be posting new content this later on in this week. So make sure you follow us on both IG accounts, the motherfucking sports show and the motherfucking pod.com. Check us out. Download the fucking episodes. Check us out on Patreon. It costs $1 per month to join the crew and get the merch, as we already talked about here before. You know what I'm saying? We got the merch on deck. I got the NOLA edition hat right here. You know what I'm saying? We got the black and white with the black and red as well. EJ the DJ sporting the motherfucking shirt, the motherfucking dog tags. We got the motherfucking hoodie. We got the motherfucking mask. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all support the crew, man. Join the crew, motherfuckingpod.com. So with that being said, that's EJ the DJ. I'm Mr. Headquarters. You already know what it is. It's the motherfucking pod.
We're motherfucking down.